Hey guys, welcome to Home Shop. Okay, so this is the spring that's not broken. I want to show you. So sometimes they are hard to take out, but as you can see, here comes the spring along with the plastic sleeve. So let's take this one out. This one is not broke or should not be broken. It's a lot easier to work with two people, but it's still manageable to do with one person. So, just want to show you how the spring looks when you take it out. So you'll see how this is constructed, more like a teardrop, and this ridge here catches the ridge right here. If you look at the pipe, you'll see how it's shaped. So this one is good, although we're just going to replace them both. So I don't know, maybe you could sell that on OfferUp or something. This is the one I want to show you, because this side is the one that's broken. So this whole assembly comes off. Can't even see the, maybe. Sorry, I don't have a So from looking at this, you'll see that it snapped and the other piece is still stuck in there. Now, this is a 16-foot pole, so it's going to take me a little work to try and get it out. But once I do, I will let you know. The reason I know the other part is broken in there is because it should be connected to this end piece, and it's not. Okay, so I managed to get it out. Most of it. There we are. It is broken. So it seems to just be wear and tear of the spring. It happens. But you yourself can do this. Maybe save yourself some money, obviously. Once we go in, I'll show you how to order it. And then you can take it from there, whether you feel that this is something you can handle or not. Now, also keep in mind that it's important that you know what spring is what. So you have a right and you have a left. Now, I don't know the whole color code or whatnot, but if you look at the spring itself and how it's coiled, then you'll be able to tell what spring belongs where. So, by comparison, that is our old one. So you see where the coil starts, and it wraps counterclockwise. Let's get one of these new springs and see which is which. You'll notice here, this one is coiled clockwise. So this is not for this side. Here we have the red. And as you can see, they're both coiled the right way, counterclockwise. So let's just make sure the other side is the same. Broken piece, fixed piece. Okay, these are coiled clockwise. So, once again, we know that this spring belongs on this side, which belongs right there. This side belongs right there. All right, guys, let me get these springs in, and I will get right back to you. Okay, guys, maybe I should have showed you or illustrated on how to put this back together. So we're going to get our new spring, which is right here. Okay. Sorry, the lighting is bad. So the way it works is, once again, you'll see this teardrop or this ridge here. Now we need to obviously line it up with this ridge here. And it slides in. Now, once again, we have this plastic sleeve. You do need a little force. Oh, that's double reset. So get in as much as you can. Okay, so we have our spring now. This spring can go all the way in. Okay, so the best method is to leave it out just a little bit. What we're going to do is put this assembly back on. There's our spring. Now, our spring cannot come past this part, but it could still go in. So, what you want to do is grab yourself a piece of tape, because once again, if you're doing this by yourself, it's hard to grab two ends. And simply all you want to do is just make sure you get this and part of this gear assembly here. Just enough, doesn't have to be pretty, but keeps it from sliding. And that's what we want. So it's a little harder to push in. Maybe not this one, but make it a little tighter. Okay, that'll keep it from sliding. Or the spring assembly. So, two hands it's easy, one hand's a bit challenging. There we go. Now, it doesn't move. So now, we put everything back together. Take the tape off. We're set there. Now let's go back to the middle bracket. Okay. Now that it's sitting flush on the bracket, we're going to go ahead and bend back the tab. And all that does is prevent it from escaping. If you want, you can go ahead and reassemble your garage. I'm gonna wait. Just gonna get everything settled first. right, so that's tight all the way to the top. Okay, so once again, there's no tension here. And what we want to do is we want to put this assembly back on. If you need to, just shimmy or move this lever here. That way it sits flush. Sits flush. This no longer moves. This doesn't move. Let's put our bolt in. Put that bolt in. You can go ahead and tighten that one up. There's the 13. Okay. And this is an 11. Nice and tight. Okay. So next part is we're going to look at a chart, and we're going to determine how many turns we have to create tension, the amount of tension we need. So it's gonna tell us the exact number of turns to create that amount of tension for this weight, of a garage door. So now we're talking about the number of turns. So if you notice on the left side of this column, you'll see door height. So we'll go down to the 7-foot mark. And then we go to the right column, which says spring turns. Ends up being 16 complete turns. So I'm able to get my torque right for that spring. This cord here. We're going to loosen this. It's going to give slack on the cord. And there we're able to tighten. Once it's there, we have it's a bit snug. We'll tighten up the little bolt, and in turn tightens up the cord. Don't go all the way up here. The reason being is this needs to curl onto here. If you have this all the way up, it has nowhere to curl. Essentially it's gonna get all tangled up, and you're going to have to untangle it, take it apart. So we're going to mark this, try to at least. So every time I see that, one time around is one turn. And we need 16. I'm gonna do the same to the other side. And once that is completed, then we will raise the the garage door. Now you may have to make a few adjustments here and there, but ultimately, I mean, the rest is easy. We've already tackled the hard part. So let's go ahead and let's give this a crank. Let's see if it works. And it's not connected. Let it click. So what we need to do is we need to engage that top part there. Which is an easy fix. And that's it. Okay, let's give it a go-see now. Alrighty guys, we are back in business. So once again, remember I was telling you about that this cable here. Make sure, once again, you do not put this over those grooves there, because that's where this cable is going to wind up. Oh, it's going to be wound up there. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. So here's a snapshot of how much it would cost for you doing it as opposed to paying someone else to do it.